Well, hello. This is the first Friday during Lent season, and I lived up to one of my promises. Things that I was going to do for Lent is go to Mass 3 times a week, and today was Friday. So my days are Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and I went this morning, and it was the readings, the gospel, everything was talking about how what you got to do during this time to get closer to God, how you got to spend time alone with your life and your prayer life and just between you and God so that you can get a better understanding. And this is like a journey with Jesus up to his crucifixion. And so this is basically the idea behind it, that you travel these next 40 days and with prayer and almsgiving and charitable work and travel with it till Good Friday. That's when the crucifixion takes place. So I made it today and I feel good. So today, besides talking about the church and the faith and Friday and Lent and stuff, I'd like to talk about something that I was very glad to find out that my fellow Black Americans are finally, praise God, running away from the Democrat demon party. I saw a bunch of, and the thing about it is, it's not all people like me, because the old generation like me are set in their ways. They will never change. I don't know what it would take for them to leave the Democrat plantation. Even the members in my own family. I mean, I took a lot of heat when I first became a Republican. Because, see, my journey from the Democrat Party started over 35 years ago. And that is because one day, and you know what? It wasn't anything say white Democrat or liberal Democrat said to make me change. It was Jesse Jackson. Because he was giving a speech and he was talking to, I don't know if it was in a church, he was talking somewhere. And I would listen. Back then I was still a Democrat. And I heard him say something that just, I turned around, I looked at the television, I said, what did he say? And it was like, we depended on the Democrats to help us succeed, more or less, paraphrasing right now. But it just struck me, and I said, I didn't grow up that way. I did not grow up expecting someone to do something for me. I was raised to do for myself, to be proud of my accomplishments. And that if I did need help, I could ask for help, somebody to help me finish a project or whatever, or advice. But the main person to do whatever needed to be done in my life, I had to do it. If I wanted to buy a car, buy a house, go back to school, whatever, I had to do it. I couldn't sit around, and it made me feel like, what is he talking about? The community that I grew up in was, of course, a long time ago. And I'm not trying to judge anybody by the way things are worse, of course, where families are not together like they used to be. But everybody in my neighborhood had a daddy. Everybody in my neighborhood had a mama. There were, I think there was one widower, her husband had died in the war. But other than that, we all went to school together and we all came home and our moms were home. Our dads came home from work. And that's how we grew up. I grew up in a very small community, and it wasn't, no one was affluent. I'm going to put it that way. We all were like even keel, but we were happy. We would go out and play and have a great time until dark. You always had to be home by dark, no matter what. But we were free, and I never, and it just angered me, and I said, how dare he? I don't want any Democrat or anybody to do anything for me. I can take care of myself. So that really did something to me when he said that, and that's was the time. Like I said, it was about 35 years ago. I heard him speaking, and when he said that, giving the impression that we as black folks couldn't do anything on our own unless the Democrats were there to hold our hands, which really teed me off. So I got off. I got off the train and I started living my life the way my parents raised me. To be independent, to take pride in myself, and not to look to the government for any kind of handout. Now, of course, I'm a senior citizen and I want my Social Security because I worked for it. Even though everybody keeps saying that I've probably gotten my money long before, since I started receiving it. But the point I want to make is that, and it's not, like I said, it's not the elderly people that are running away from the Democrats. It is the youth. I saw so many, what they call shorts, videos, that were all young black women. And they just positively cannot stand the Democrats anymore. One lady even said, I don't know how I could have ever been a Democrat. And so many people are coming out realizing that. The Democrats, what they did on the State of Congress speech to that little TJ or DJ, his name was, that little boy, black boy with the cancer, and the mothers who lost their daughters, the mother, 95-year-old mother, who Trump promised her he would get her son back. All those wonderful stories about people uplifting things. And it brought tears to my eyes for most of those uplifting things. And I really didn't pay attention to them because the Democrats, nothing they do surprises me. I didn't expect them to stay and I didn't expect them to do anything. But a lot of people expected them to stand up, at least for little TJ, I think his name is, and the 95-year-old mother, the mother who lost, the young woman who lost her husband with a 2-year-old child, the mother, the guy who got shot at Trump's rally, and then the mothers who lost their daughters to illegal immigrants. And I think somebody should be held accountable for that. I mean, how do you allow these people in the country? They commit all these crimes. They hurt Americans. They take from Americans. And then we Americans, we the people, nobody looks out after us. I know a lot of people don't like Trump, but a lot of the things Trump is doing, and that's what's bringing the people to Trump, is that he seems to understand. And he looked and he said, it's for the American people. It's you, the American people. We are, we are the people in this country. We are legal citizens. And it's not fair when people who don't belong in this country, plus came into this country illegally, and they get more benefits than we do. Makes no sense. So I'm glad a lot of young women. I would like to tell you one of the little shorts I saw. It was so cute and it was so funny. I started laughing. I don't know how to show videos. So you just have to take my word for it. You can just go and look for it or look through the shorts. And most of these women, they're beautiful young women and men. I must say that one. Most of them are young. I was surprised at the young women, but the young men, I knew that they liked Trump because Trump, macho man. And I don't have a problem with masculinity. I don't have a problem with that. I like when my husband opened the door for me. I like it if he decide to bring me a cup of coffee and or make breakfast for me. I like that. And I don't have a problem with him being the stronger person in this relationship. We've been married for 42 years, I believe. I think it's going to be 43 this June. And it's been ups and downs, like all relationships. But we've been together for quite a long time. And I can honestly tell you that in a relationship, you have to be friends first. And that's what happened with us. We became friends. And then we fell in love. But I know it's hard to see old people talk about love. I know. But we do still love each other, okay? But anyway, I just wanted to say that I am just so proud of my young black women out there who are running away from the plantation, and they didn't need anybody to sneak them out. They just walked out. And who ran them off? Democrat themselves. I wasn't surprised about nothing they did. Not one single thing. A lot of people has expressed disappointment, disbelief. How could they? Why did they? And all. Nah, that's just the way those people are. They've always been that way. Anytime somebody can march down the street to destroy their own country, they will do anything. And it's not about loving the country. It's about power. They wanted us to be under them. And they didn't want Americans to have a free thought and take charge of their government. Say, look, we don't like this. We don't want all this stuff in our country. But we couldn't say anything. They were in charge. But now there's a new sheriff in town. And I'm glad. I know a lot of people don't like Trump, and I know members of my family probably won't even watch any of my videos because I talk about Trump, not necessarily Trump. I talk about him because of the things he says and the things he does, and it all seemed to be positive to me. I've lived quite a few years, and I've seen how our country went from right and wrong to, no, we got to make excuses for wrongs. Well, that's not the way I was raised. My parents raised us to know this is right, this is wrong. Choose wisely, because it's consequences out of everything you do. And we faced the consequences when we did anything wrong in my parents' house. So I hope you enjoyed my little talk. And salute to the beautiful black women I saw online. They are very, I'm very, very proud of them. And they're very beautiful, all of them. And I love the way that they have decided, hey, I'm gone. So thank y'all for listening. And hopefully I'll see you guys later. Thank you.